And Whimsy. It's the Friday before Memorial Day.
Yes.
The police are out. The seatbelt checks are there. The fireworks are going to go off at any moment. People are mowing their grass, and predictably my new lawnmower has a flat tire.
Probably because of all of the roofing nails that the roofers who did our roof last year and never came back to clean up like they promised they would, left everywhere in our yard.
Seems likely anyway.
Good times.
I gotta deal with that somehow, but I guess we'll find out. Meanwhile, our door has started to creak in an ominous way, and I know it probably just needs a little bit of greasy love of some sort, but it reminded us an awful lot of a little haunted door trying to get our attention.
We should show them what we're talking about for the sound our door is making right now.
Right. Here's what it looks like now. Pretty terrifying, right? I mean, if you heard that in the middle of the night, you would not sleep through it, that's for sure.
Super spooky. Ooh. So, the wraith cows found us.
They did! So there'll be no sneaking out or into the bedroom for me. Not with that noise. But it reminded us that we had a legit haunted mystery door before at our last house.
I didn't know about this when I agreed to move in with him.
Why would I tell you about something like that?
I feel like if I'd known that, I might have thought a little bit more about it.
It's kind of a deal breaker.
It was a while before you showed me that, because the basement was kind of creepy anyway. It was an unfinished one. It was the kind of seepy, damp basement that New England has a lot of.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Rock basement, not like neat cement basement.
So I didn't go down there. Once we found a snake in the laundry basket, it just popped its head out. That was enough for me. Yeah, that was enough. I did not need to go do that myself.
Yeah, that was all kinds of fun. So, but for some reason, the person who owned the house before us was an eccentric photographer and kind of a local legend in the town, and he had installed a door in one of the side basement areas that went out into a grass berm and right into the back of the other secondary house, an in-law apartment / studio. And so I thought maybe he had built some kind of tunnel behind it or something for quick access. Maybe even though we're well up into New England, it was part of the Underground Railroad.
In 1940 when the house was built?
Yes. The Underground Railroad for, alcohol 20 years after Prohibition. I really don't know. But it was very elaborate. It was on its own hinges and stuff. It had a lock on it. It had a doorbell.
It had a doorbell from the inside. So from inside the basement, you ring the doorbell to the ground?
It was all framed, and when you opened the door, it was just a wall behind it. A stone wall. And so, naturally, being fantasy science fiction geeks like we are, we tried numerous times to see, does something different appear at midnight? How about on Halloween? How about on Friday the 13th? 3 times and then say Bloody Mary or something. I don't know.
What if we knock instead of use the doorbell? We tried a lot of things to try to open a portal to a fantasy realm or...
Narnia never appeared.
Not once, but it was super creepy.
Yeah, I think when we sold the house, the
sheep agrees.
The sheep agrees.
It was super creepy.
That was a wraith sheep. He was wanted to be in part of that conversation. So when we sold the house, the developers were very clear that they were going to be removing that. So
we did blame them.
I can't find pictures of it, but I know I have pictures somewhere. So at some point, maybe we'll just throw them up on the Facebook page. So yeah, we had our little the beginning of a haunted door here.
Yep. We also finished up our Game of Thrones Deadpool.
Yeah, interesting ending. No spoilers here, obviously, but we had it. We all did this independently. Jess and I tied exactly, and we even had a tie-breaking question that we were certain one of us was going to get right, about who would eventually win the Game of Thrones, and we both got that wrong as well. So we ended up in a total tie for an entire season of Game of Thrones. That was impressive.
Yeah, well done us.
Yep, that was a tough thing to do without spoilers.
Yeah. So last night, I had a couple of friends over because we're not glued. We're not tied at the hip or anything. We can do things away from each other.
It doesn't seem
for
like
an
it.
evening. So I had a couple of friends over, which was awesome. We colored and talked all night. We had planned on doing some games or watching some TV, but in the end, coloring and chatting was more fun.
They were loud. Very, very loud.
We were not. Okay, we were a little loud.
Raucous laughter was heard on the second floor, where I locked myself away so they could have a true ladies' night and not a ladies' night with Dan sitting by.
Although he did come down to bake us cookies, and he was very stealthy. I didn't even know he was doing it. Till suddenly, there were cookies.
Mm-hmm. The least I can do for ladies' night. I was gonna say for my ladies.
Oh, why'd you make such a wonderful thing creepy?
It was a bad decision. I regret it. I regret my statement.
But during that time, he also managed to get writing done, so his next speech is all written for the next Toastmasters.
Yeah, and seems like it might be one of my funnier ones if it works right anyway.
I heard a sneak peek. I laughed out loud.
Right?
I'm a tough audience normally, so.
Speaking of tough audiences.
Oh.
Measles, mumps, and rubella.
Rubella. So I got my test results back. I haven't even finished healing from where they took the blood, so that's a speedy turnaround. And I have like 12 times the number of antibodies that I need to be immune still. So apparently I am not getting measles, mumps, or rubella anytime soon.
Superhero. Wop, wop, wop. I mean,
why are you doing the bad sound? That's a good thing. So yay, but if you have a problem like that, I highly recommend you go check it out, just so that you have peace of mind. Woohoo! Good to know I don't have to hold my breath in public for that reason, at least.
Exactly. Chickenpox, totally different.
Oh, and then in the car, I saved Dan's life.
Saved my life.
He was driving, didn't even know what was about to attack him. Ninja spider. A large black ninja spider right over his head.
What's a ninja spider, Jess?
Oh, we have these spiders. I don't know what kind they actually are, but we call them ninja spiders because you'll look and it'll be right in the middle of a wall. Just a big black spider. You blink and it has vanished. No idea where it has gone or how it got there that quickly.
It goes steps. Also, though,
Bamps.
when you crush them, you can hit them with a fly swatter, an envelope, whatever you want, and you know they are there. Lift it up, they're gone. Nothing.
Without a trace.
Sometimes even I've experienced that you do crush them and they fall to the ground. They're faking. They're just faking. You go to pick them up later and they sprint away.
I found one in the shower that I thought I had killed with a shampoo bottle, and I left it there. And it wasn't moving. I was like, okay. And then I thought it moved. Hadn't moved. A few hours later when Dan got home, I asked him to go clean it up because I really hate spiders. And it was still there, the way I'd left it. It wasn't dead.
No, it was not. It had to be killed.
It stayed there that way for hours playing dead.
So ninja spiders.
Yeah.
They're not your normal spider. Very, very dangerous in that they can't do a thing to you.
So this one snuck over his head while he was driving and he was completely unawares, and I told him to be calm. And then I took some mail, some junk mail, and murderized it.
Which usually means there's a bee near you, Dan. But in this case was not. Pleasant
Be calm
surprise.
was more for me. He has bee phobia, I have arachnophobia, hardcore. It was not an easy or nice thing to do. But
it
died.
It was also not an easy or nice death for it, though. You murderized it.
I smushed it. I heard the crunch, and then I kept rubbing over it again and again. And I'm sure some people who love animals of all kind and nature are gonna not be happy about that. But it was going to kill him.
Also, people who have a light interior on their vehicles, not super excited about the mushing part afterwards. But thank you for saving my life.
We have black on the inside of the car.
It's gray.
It's a very dark gray. It's like a charcoal gray. It is not.
It's full of spider guts now.
It's a very, very dark, almost black charcoal gray.
Luckily, I'm going to turn that in the next couple weeks or so. So, that's alright.
Some people are just
spider
not
guts
happy.
and all.
I think the only other thing we have to do is to show them our puzzle update real quick.
Oh, that's true.
Our Disney villain puzzle, so let's go do that.
We've been hard at work.
Away!
Puzzle update! So here's what we've been accomplishing so far. Here's what we're aiming for. We're not quite there, but we've made enough progress to show you something. So that's where we are right now. We're getting there. Probably another solid month away.
So that was the puzzle update.
Right? Not so bad. We're getting there.
Eventually, my mom's coming in a couple of days, and I'm afraid that if we don't finish it this weekend, she's gonna sneak up behind us and like complete the full thing in like an hour, and then say, "Where's the next puzzle?"
Oh, you think it'll take her an hour? I've heard the story. She will look at that thing and just mentally, the whole thing will assemble.
Yeah, pretty much. So
It's
that's
like
a threat. We're on a clock now.
So yeah, we've only got a few days, and I mean, this is Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow we've got stuff going on, and Sunday we have D&D.
It's D&D.
We're gonna do some more character interviews there. That'll be fun.
I think this will be a really entertaining one, hopefully.
We'll give you guys a little plot synopsis during lunch, so that while everyone else is eating and we're skipping lunch, we'll come talk to you.
There's a bonus to not eating lunch. We get to talk to you guys. So, if you're enjoying our videos and you're still enjoying listening to us babble at each other and at you guys, why don't you just go ahead and hit that subscribe button? It looks very lonely. If it's still red, then you haven't hit it yet.
Oh, that's like what passes for a life hack now, right?
So please subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
And we started getting some comments from people. Love that.
Absolutely.
It's really fun to get to talk to you.
Yeah, tell us what you think, as long as you think good things. We have fragile egos, such fragile egos. Tell us anything you want, as long as it's that you love us. So I think maybe it's let's frost the cake.
Let's frost the cake, yeah.
It's time to let's frost the cake. How about we
frost some cake?
How about we frost some cake? I don't know, maybe throw some frosting on the cake, slap it on there.
Did you say I should slap you with frosting?
Yes. Let's frost the cake.